Hola, mi Bisshhs. 'Tis I, Clois, aka Manny Bish, over on Instagram. And today we are going to be doing our first wintry Christmas set. So I got some new reflective glitter gels from Kara Sky. I put in an order when they were having like 25% off. And I got Love Bite, which is red. I got a silver, moon dust, and then a black and a brown. And I also got a just like a glitter polish that it still gel. But just normal. And it's called Winter Wonderland. So today we're going to be using Love Bite and Winter Wonderland for this mani. And I am going to be doing a Love Bite, which is this reflective glitter. It's a lot thicker than I thought it would be, but I mean, it does have those like harsh reflective glitters in there, so it is also very gritty. And I am using that on my pinky and my thumb. And I'm just going through this really quickly because I did start out trying to use this white. And here in a second, you're going to see that it just did not work out. So I ended up taking it off and then doing a different situation altogether. But this base that I have down right now is Builder Gel. And then I have Pale Base on top of that. So this French tip situation is just like my overlay. And on my middle finger, we're going in with Winter Wonderland. Isn't that just so pretty? That just glitter, silver, sparkle, shimmer going on. I love that you can see the French tip underneath through it. I don't know. Anyways, for the French tip, I used Mani Boss Builder Gel in a bottle, Pinkaboo, and Pink Lace as the base. And I don't know why, I was just wanting a French tip, and I ended up just wearing this bare for a few days because I really loved the way it looked. Just classy, simple, kind of elegant, but not over the top or anything. I loved the way it looked. So I ended up wearing it bare, and now I'm going over top of it. Since it is my base, I can still have my strength and longer nails. So I decided to use the French tip to my advantage on this mani here in a second. So I'm putting Love Bite on my thumb, and we are going to cure this in my lamp. I have not cured yet at all. I went ahead and did all of the polish. You can see the white crinkled and folded weird, and I didn't add a thick layer, I didn't think, and I fully cured it for 90 seconds, so I'm not sure what happened. I think my peel base just reacted weird with it, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel that off. I'm just showing you that right here. I just used some Elmer's glue as my peel base, and I'm just going to peel that off, and then I'm going off both fingers. I'm going to reapply my peel base to those fingers and let that dry. And while those dry, we're going to continue on with our second layer of Love Bite, and that's that. I only did one layer of Winter Wonderland on my middle finger because I just really loved the way it was looking with just that one layer. It's still sheer. I feel like with the second layer, it would have, become more opaque and would have been harder to see that French peeking through. And I really liked that the French tip was peeking through that. So I am going ahead, since this is a gritty texture with that reflective glitter in there, I'm taking my Mani Boss gel base coat, and I'm just putting a layer of that on my pinky and my thumb to give me a little bit more of a smoother surface for nail art. And I'm going to be using my white gel paint, mix it up real good so it's not splotchy or patchy. That's what it was. Patchy. Everything's going to be all mixed up together, so it'll be good. And I'm going to start on my thumb with a peppermint swirl nail for this guy. So I'm just starting with that one swirl coming at the top and then dragging it through to the bottom. Trying to make, my swirls aren't perfect. on this thumb. I tried to make them as good as possible, keeping it thin in the center and then getting thicker out towards the edges of that swirl. And I'm going to do the same thing going across it, creating like an X with these thicker swirl stripes going on. So same thing, thin in the middle, thicker on the outer sides. And then in between these thick stripes, I'm going to come in and I am flash curing these in between each stripe. After that, I'm going to come in with thinner swirls in between, thinner lines in between each of the thick ones. And that is going to be our peppermint nail, super easy. And for the pinky, I am adding a snowflake to that guy. And so I'm just doing the dot method with the snowflakes, just adding one dot in the middle, 2 dots the top, 2 dots to the bottom, 2 dots to the left, 2 dots to the right, and then 1 dot in between those. And just without curing, taking my liner brush with just a little bit of paint on it and dragging, starting at the middle point of that we made, just dragging it outward, connecting each dot. And that is just the simple, easy peasy, no stress snowflake situation. And sometimes my lines might go off to the side of the dot instead of going perfectly through it. I don't really worry about that. Here you're going to see me just go back and go over that line again, and any dots that might be missing its full dotness, I'm going to go ahead and just go back and make it a bigger dot. So that way it does still have that like texture and shape to it. And then for that, I flash cured all of these. For my ring finger, I am using that same reflective gel that we have on my thumb and my pinky. I am using that to do the snowflake for my index finger, creating just a little, diversity, wrapping all of it together like that, trying just to mesh the nails as one. So I'm doing the exact same method that I did on my pinky, just doing that on my index finger. And I'm going to cure this, and then I'm going to come back and I'm actually going to, I didn't do it here. I am going to do a second layer. I did end up doing a second layer on that snowflake. I just lightly went over top of it with some more of the reflective glitter to just make it more pigmented and pop. Since we weren't using the actual thick, dense brush and just a liner brush, it wasn't as poppin' as it could have been. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in my fringe tip that I have on my ring finger with the reflective gel polish. So we've still got the white Christmassy going on a couple of our nails with the French tip showing through, and then the white snowflakes, the peppermints, and then we're adding in a red French tip just to, I don't know, it was screaming, cover me. So that's what I did. So just following the outline I already had, cleaning up at the end. And then on my ring, my middle finger felt bare even with the glitter. So I decided we'll just go through and add some polka dots. So using the same red reflective glitter, I am just adding little polka dots. We'll just call them gumdrops. Make it Christmassy. Gumdrops to my middle finger. And here's where I'm going in on that second layer on my index finger, just showing y'all the difference that it made adding that second layer. It didn't like, oh my gosh, I made it so much darker, but it did make a difference in terms of the amount of like glitter that ended up being on the snowflake. So that is that. I'm going to put these in the light and cure them all together for a full 90 seconds. And then I'm going to top coat with my Mani Boss gel top coat. And that is pretty much it for this mani. There will be video at the end, of course, showing y'all the reflective glitter because, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Sometimes when you see pictures of the reflective glitter online, it looks so different than what it looks like actually under flash. And sometimes, in my opinion, I'm like, that looks hideous. But then you see the flash and it's, oh, that's so gorgeous. So I was a little afraid to get some, but this red, it's not hideous when it's not under flash. It's a really lovely, dark, deep red. And with the flash, it just shines so much better. So I was happy with this. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because seeing reflective glitters online does freak me out, because sometimes I do think they look horrendous. Like, the color is just like dull to me when it's not under the flash. So I'm not having to walk around with a flashlight on my nails at all times to show the prettiness. It's pretty on its own. So then I am going to just pop this in my light again, full 90 seconds, and here is my finished mani. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe. We're at 900 subscribers, and 91% of you 91% of you watching are not subscribed, so what's the deal with that? Change it. Hello. And yeah, look at that glitter, you guys. It's so pretty. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. Free to you, helps me out a ton. And I will catch y'all in the next one. I hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. Bye, Bisshhh!